Can you transfer your final salary pension? The short answer is yes. You can transfer your final salary pension and you have a statutory right to do so. However, is the process easy? No. Is the process time consuming? Yes. Is the process quite expensive for the work that needs to be done? Yes. So obviously it's a very, very complicated area and one that I'm going to help break down for you today. Now, as you all know, your final salary, defined benefit, gold-plated, safeguarded asset will provide you a guaranteed income for life from your normal retirement age of typically 60 or 65. What this means is, irrespective of what happens in the financial markets, if the US goes up or down, the S&P 500, doesn't matter, your DB scheme will guarantee to pay you that income for life until you pass away. 50% of that income could also be passed on to your beneficiary or potentially even other your spouse or potentially even other beneficiaries at a lower amount if you were to pass away. So, why would anyone consider to transfer out to, say, for example, a defined contribution scheme such as SIPP? Well, let's take a classic example. Say someone has a CETV value of £500,000. They maybe want to do something with their financial planning that they can't achieve with their DB. Yes, they know they have the guaranteed income from life of the DB, which is very great, but say they have kids. Maybe they want to help their kids with university fees. They don't want them to have student loans. Or maybe they want to help them get onto the property ladder, 50,000 each for each kid or whatever it might be. It's a very different landscape now to when people were 30 and 40 with DB schemes. The people, younger generations now, it's very difficult for them to get onto the property ladder. So clients might be coming to me and saying, Dominic, I have $500,000. I want to spend 100,000 or 200,000 on these specific things in my life. That's good, because it means the client has a plan of what they want to do. They're not just saying, oh, I want to transfer out because it's my money. They have a thought out plan of what they want to do. However, when we introduce you to the authorized and regulated pension transfer specialist who will advise on the suitability of the defined benefit pension transfer, here at Cameron James, we work as part of a two-advisor model, which means we will advise you on the products and we will advise you on the underlying investments, but the suitability of the DB pension transfer will be done by the authorized and regulated pension transfer specialist. When they come to make that assessment, even if you have good rationale in your mind, if I want to help out my kids, get them on the property ladder, or I want to do a conservatory, or I want to buy a bigger house, that's not necessarily enough for the pension transfer specialist to say, okay, yeah, great. You want to help your kids on the property ladder, give up your guaranteed income for life and take the risk or take equity risk with inside a defined contribution or SIPP scheme. So it's very, very difficult for the pension transfer specialist to go on record and say, I think you should transfer out and give up this guaranteed income for life. What we see on our side when clients go through the report stage, the majority of reports do come back as a negative report, or basically advising our clients to retain their safeguarded assets. Now, for many clients, they say, okay, I understand the information, I understand what you've provided me, the pension transfer specialist has given me the official advice, however, I still believe it's in my best interest. Or even if they say, okay, I technically understand that it's in my best interest to maintain the DB scheme, me personally, in my life, I want to do this or I want to do that. For some of our clients, they have much larger other assets and a small defined benefit scheme, which they just want to get that capital out and do something different with it. But from a pension transfer specialist perspective, they say, well, if you have 5 million and you have a DB scheme worth $500,000, you don't need it. The $500,000 is surplus to requirements for you in your lifestyle. That 5 million is going to provide for you, so why would you give up the $500,000? So it's almost like a game of chess, so to speak. Many clients think, oh, I have great rationale and I have great reasoning. The pension transfer specialist, because they're doing their job correctly, will normally sort of poo-poo that, so to speak, and say, well, actually, no, it shouldn't necessarily mean that you could get a positive transfer. Here at the time of recording at Cameron James, we are able to proceed on a case-by-case basis for clients as part of a two-advisor model who are advised to retain their assets, but this is done on a case-by-case basis and will depend upon a client's individual situation. If you have any questions about DBs, final salaries, anything you want to know, you can head over to the comment section below. And as always, if you want to book in for a free 60-minute conversation with myself or one of our senior financial advisors, head over to the website or even drop me an email on dominic.murray@cjfinance.co.uk to arrange the meeting with the most suitable advisor in our team. And as always, take care with your UK pension assets.